Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be giving our predictions for all of the rewards in Season 4 of NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 18,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of daily MyTEAM content, and would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Trying to hit 18K by the end of the month of January, which is certainly going to be a big grind. Still going to need another 50 or so subscribers every single day to hit that, but it does look very possible, so would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. We're gonna start off with the Ascension player. There was no Ascension in Season 3 for the first time ever in my team, so I'm not certain there will be one in Season 4 either. It depends on if there are level up rewards like that are all players, or if it goes back to the way it's been in the past where it's other rewards as well. Either way, my prediction for an Ascension, if there is one, is a Amethyst or Diamond Jason Williams. I'm honestly expecting most of the mode rewards to be diamonds this season, and I'm expecting that we will again get pink diamond top tier rewards in this season, and then I expect Galaxy Opal rewards to begin in Season 5, would be my guess. So I'm starting off with Diamond, probably Ascension Jason Williams, if there is an Ascension. The token market, for me, I'm only predicting one player. It's honestly probably just going to be some old dude that we don't really care about, in all honesty. No offense. I think that's kind of the common theme with most of the reward players this year, as it's been like, and I think that's a little harsh to say it like that, but that has kind of been a theme with most of the reward players this year, is they are mostly older names, guys who aren't in the league anymore, and guys who haven't been around for a while often. So for the token reward, I mean, this season is Glenn Rice. Next season, I'm predicting Vin Baker. He was good for the Bucks, had a solid career, but he's not a name that ever excites people really in my team. He's the type of guy that would make total sense for me as like a diamond player in the player market, or I'm sorry, in the token market next season. For clutch time on offline, I'm actually going to go with Kirk Heinrich. Obviously, he had a very good NBA career for the Chicago Bulls, but again, it's another guy who is not going to sell packs by any means, not going to be a great card, and that's kind of the theme with the majority of the mode rewards, unfortunately, is that they're just generally not all that good, at least this year. I'm hoping for some better ones, and a couple of these names do have the potential, I will say, to be intriguing. For example, for triple threat offline, my prediction for this season is OJ Mayo. He got a card last year. He's the type of guy who could be a pretty microwave scorer at the shooting guard position, fun card to use. Obviously, a guy who I think a lot of people have fond memories of for how good he was in high school, college, and in the NBA for a few seasons before obviously having a lot of other issues that derailed his career. With that being said, though, a guy like OJ Mayo would make a lot of sense to me as a triple threat reward. Moving on to the online rewards, I will say I do expect we will probably get some sort of offline grind at some point in Season 4, but I don't expect it to be at the beginning of the season. I'm hoping for like a mid-season spotlight sims of sorts in Season 4 towards the end of January, beginning of February, like we got last year with the Galaxy Opal KG Spotlight Sims. Hoping for something similar like that. I'm not really certain whether or not that will come, though. If it does, we'll obviously address that when it does, but I'm not expecting anything like that to drop with the beginning of the new season. I will start with the Triple Threat Online, though, for the online modes. And on Triple Threat Online, the guy that I'm predicting is actually Thad Young. I know he's still in the NBA. Most of the rewards are older players, I would say, but he's not like really playing anymore for the Raptors. I'm not even sure he'll be on that roster by the end of the season. So it's type of guy as well who has obviously been pretty glitchy in previous 2Ks. In the past, Thad Young has had some amazing budget cards because of having a really glitchy release. I could see a Diamond Thad Young being a really good small forward option in my team. That's a card that I think could be a lot of fun. That's one of my predictions. Clutch time online is Cedric Ceballos, is my prediction right now. It would be a really just big athletic shooting guard option probably. Could be another decent card as a diamond, I think. That's another name that I just kind of think could definitely get a card who obviously had a solid career, but again, is not the type of name that sells any sort of packs. Co-op, I think I'm going to go with Stephon Marbury this season. That's just the name that popped into my mind here. A Starbury card would make sense to me. I just think, again, it's one of the bigger names. Maybe he would even be in a bigger name mode than co-op, but that is just the name that popped into mind for me for co-op was a Starbury Marbury card. I know he's the same position as Jason Terry was last season, but that certainly has not stopped 2K in the past from repeating positions in certain modes and things of that nature. So to me, like the last the last 2 seasons in Unlimited, for example, have both been shooting guard small forwards. It was Chris Morris and then this Doug Christie. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a Starbury in co-op. And then in Unlimited, I am hoping for a good Unlimited reward this season. It needs to be a stud diamond card is what it needs to be. I would love to see the mode rewards be pink diamonds next season. I don't expect them to be. Well, obviously, that's stuff we'll find out later, but I would love it if they were. With that being said, I don't think they will be. But the guy I'm picking for Unlimited is a guy who I think could be really intriguing as a free center option, and it is Michael Oluwakandi. He got, obviously, a pink diamond spotlight card last year, actually, in those Kevin Garnett spotlights that I'm talking about. It was an absolute monster. That card was elite across the board for a free card. And I think he would be an amazing Unlimited reward as well. It would be a really, really fun card. We haven't gotten an Oluwakandi card all year, but I guess they do have his rights because they dropped him in game last year, and he would be a fun one to get, I feel like, personally, in Unlimited as well. Not a guy who had the NBA career of most of the other guys that I am naming on this list, but certainly was a very well-known bust, and would be fun to see him get a new card in Unlimited. I think he could be a really good one as well. Salary cap, huge disappointment in Season 3. With Pink Diamond Steve Francis as the ultimate salary cap reward, that is honestly downright pathetic. It was a really, really, really bad card. Steve Francis is terrible. I'm hoping to see salary cap make a little bit of a resurgence because it's a very cool mode. I legitimately find salary cap a very neat mode. I think it's very cool, and I will probably use it a lot later on in the year when I do decide to do theme teams, because I'm thinking I'm going to do theme teams towards the end of the year this year, and I think salary cap will be the perfect mode for that. With that being said, the rewards have just not made this mode feel like it's worth the playing. I guess the rewards that you get at different intervals as you level up are far more worth it, honestly, than the rewards that you get for, as my alarm's going off, sorry. But it's far more rewarding than the rewards that you actually get from the players. Like, the Amethysts this season were terrible, and then Pink Diamond Steve Francis was also awful. I'm hoping to see this change. The salary cap reward that I am predicting is a Pink Diamond Danny Granger. Danny Granger has been a very good reward card in the past. A Pink Diamond Danny Granger would be a very good card, although I still doubt that he would be better than the top shooting guards and small forwards in the game. I still think he'd be like a top 5 guy at either of those positions. For sure, he'd be a really good free card, at least. And that's something that I would like to see. Moving on to level 40, I don't think this is at all a unique prediction for level 40 for Season 4. I'm sure lots of people would predict this guy as a level 40, but it just makes sense, especially when level 40 is buyable, to make somebody who is desirable. And you know who has not gotten a card all year that just doesn't make sense? Kristaps Porzingis. He's got to be coming soon. I would be very surprised if we don't see a Kristaps Porzingis on Friday in some capacity, whether it is in packs or as the level 40. Is he too big of a name for a level 40? It's possible. Wouldn't be totally shocked if it's somebody a little less exciting than KP, but KP would also be a very enticing level 40 that would entice people to spend money on the Hall of Fame pass and on level skips and on things of that nature. With that being said, we'll see if KP is actually the level 40. I think there's a good chance he's not. A guy who I do think 100% will be involved somehow in the Season 3 rewards, whether it is level 40, ultimate reward. I'm predicting him as the ultimate reward, but I wouldn't be shocked if he's the level 40 as well. Wouldn't even be shocked if he was like a spotlight reward as well. Is a Pink Diamond Vince Carter. Makes a lot of sense to me as a card that we could be seeing really soon as a level 40 reward or as the ultimate reward. I'm predicting that he'd be the ultimate reward. Makes a lot of sense because Vince is a guy who's going to be a really good card, going to be one of the best shooting guards in the game. And while he's a big name and an exciting guy, kind of like, again, Kevin Garnett, and was in Season 2, or Season 3, I should say, even SGA in Season 2. Not the biggest pack seller in the world, although I think that SGA card would have sold a lot of packs. Best point guard in the game for a while, of course. But in general, the ultimate reward seems to be a guy who's a big name, a good card, but not a humongous pack seller, and Vince Carter makes a lot of sense to me as that type of card in my team. So I feel like it would make a lot of sense if he was the ultimate reward for Season 4 in my team. Just a very logical ultimate reward. And then I expect they will bring the specialization reward back as well, and that's the last reward that I will predict. Obviously, this season it was Hakeem, who I did not wind up getting, and I think for Season 4 it's going to be Cade Cunningham. I hope it's Cade Cunningham because he would be awesome as a free, amazing Pink Diamond point guard, probably, honestly, or at least arguably the best point guard in the game as well. Would love to see Cade be the specialization reward for Season 4, and while he does have an Amethyst, he obviously probably is somewhat due for a new card somewhere in the near future, and it wouldn't surprise me if he were to get a pink diamond, considering he is definitely one of the more desirable point guard cards that does not have a diamond or higher player yet. So as a whole, it's going to be really interesting to see what comes in Season 3. Obviously, am expecting some sort of Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady, guys like that coming soon, even cards like Scottie Pippen, Kevin Durant, obviously KP, like I said. I mean, there's going to be a lot of game-changing and elite cards coming in the near future. I'm just hoping that the mode rewards in Season 4 are more worth grinding, because it has been absolutely pathetic as of late, and it's not something that I'm a fan of at all. But with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back on more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.